All right, so after we moved everything, I'm gonna tie my peep in. Um, I'm using a BCY 3D fluorescent green here to, you know, kind of match my, my get up here. And this was my temporary ties I had in there for. I won't shoot. I won't shoot a bow at all with the peep just loose. I've seen some bad things happen through the years like that. So let me cut that off. I just took some some old diamondback that I had been around for that I've had around here for a long time. Yeah, well, some number 62 braided serves from 21 thou. But there's a bunch of ways to tie your peep in. This is the way I prefer to do it now. Um, it's pretty solid and doesn't cause any unnecessary peep twisting or anything. Make sure that you get it on there, and I'll just do one on the top. I do 2 knots. That just seems to hold a little better. 2 knots. I'll do one on the top, one on the bottom there, and then I'll run up one leg here. I used to do half hitches the whole way, but man, it was a pain in the behind to get out. So um, now I'll just loop it. So I'll do about 10 loops, just pulling it snug, not crazy tight. Um, or I'll do about 10 loops and then I'll tie it off. Uh, and the reason why I'm doing that many loops on here, it doesn't take that many, but you can see that there's some frayed spots, and that's from me moving my peep, taking peeps in and out. Uh, it's almost impossible to do the way I was doing it, like doing the half hitches. It's almost impossible to take them out without having some sort of fraying. Let me just say, I'm sure there are people who can do it. I am not. Like, I'm not a finesse guy. I'm more of a use a sledgehammer kind of guy. So that's not really my strong suit. And then I just use another little piece of serving, tie me a loop and pull it through. Nothing fancy, you know, nothing fancy. Just now hit it another five loops. I missed that one. One of the things about getting old is you can't see. It's easy to make mistakes like that. Two. So I count them, not necessarily because it needs to be exactly a certain length long, but that way I can make them all the same and they look the same. And it's, when you do it like this, it takes a little longer, no doubt, but it it loops up. I mean, it ties up nice and tight. I missed it again. Nice and tight, and you don't have to worry about it slipping, coming loose. And then even when you want to untie it, you know, it's not the most difficult thing in the world to do. All right, so I just take a pair of pliers and pull that down pretty snug. And I'll do the same thing on this side. I don't know how much of this you can see. Hopefully you can see it well. Try not to put my hands right in your way. Just make loops. So I'm going to do 10 to you want to make sure that before you tie your peep in like this, or using the half hitch method, that you got it where you want it, because you're not hardly moving it. I normally leave just a little bit of space in case I need to move it, because uh, you know, like at Minden, I shot my first round Friday. I shot 6 up, I believe, and I was hitting high. I shot over a lot of 12s, so I shot quite a few 8s on that Friday, I think, if memory serves me correctly. Anyway, so I since I shoot, which I've mentioned it several times, I shoot the sight scale and not a tape, so it's a little more difficult for me to make adjustments. So what I did was I just bumped my peep, down a fraction, uh, just a little tiny bit, and went and shot the elite known range. I think I shot 7 out of 10 there, and then on my Saturday round, my second round, I shot, I think, 7 out of the first 9. So you know, just sometimes you just have to make a little adjustment on the fly. So this, I mean, obviously I'm not pulling this as tight. It's not served as tight as it would be if I were serving building a string, but it doesn't need to be. I mean, it's just holding the peep in, keeping it from moving. I mean, you know, uh, I do want there to be enough room that if I really wanted to move it, I could. It's keeping it from moving accidentally. See, a little slack and it just pulls right up. Just pulls right up. That's it. Which I'll pull that tight. And then I'll do the same thing again on the other 2 legs. So I'll serve up all 4 legs, and you know, and it'll be done. I'll start on this one though. I'll start on the top. So that they end exactly the opposite of the first time. It probably would help if I would cut those off. You know, I don't always do things the easiest way. But this, just like so many other things in archery, you do what works for you. There's, I mean, I'm sure there's people, the internet police. I'm sure there's a lot of people that disagree with some of the videos I put up, some of the things I say that I do. That's fine. The internet's full of people that know more about it than, I'm sure there's people that try to tell, yeah. Well, I know there's people that, try to tell Paige Pierce, what she's doing wrong, how to, all this stuff to do. I mean, like Paige could beat 95% of the men, 99% of the planet probably, and most of the pros in any class. So I don't think. I mean, she's one of the few that does this for an actual living. Like, she makes her living shooting a bow and arrow. So but the archery talk and Facebook of the world, they can tell her what all she needs to do, what all she's doing wrong. I was talking and lost count. I think that's 7. I guess if it's off, I guess if it's off of one wrap, it won't be the end of the world. I'm not that anal. Matter of fact, I think I drive some of my buddies crazy. They, what is your, you know, one of them was asking that they were talking about what is my, um, I'm gonna give me just a little more serving. There's no sense in fighting, pulling that loop through. I got plenty of serving here. But, you know, what is your knock? My knock runs, uh, this and level and whatever. And it's like, bro, I don't even know if I have a bow square anymore. I don't know where. And oddly enough, I do. After another buddy of mine having some conversations about it, I got the old bow square out and used it here in the last week. But anyway, like I get it to shoot a pretty good hole through paper, a pretty good bear shaft, and then I group pin from there. I don't really pay attention to. I don't measure. I couldn't tell you where I'm at compared to center shot, nothing like that. I don't know. Maybe I'd make more shoot downs if I did know, but I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how Coleman goes. Make the shoot down there, then I won't never worry about it. So, all right. So there's 3 out of the 4. If you see, you see what I'm doing there. It's not rocket science. Then I'll burn all these off and be done. Let me do this last one here. You can see this one's got a pretty good frayed mark on it. That's probably the reason why I decided to do 15 loops in total. Just pull it snug, nothing crazy. And you can see, if you look close enough, you can see right in here and there's just a little bit of slack where there's not any serving. So I could, in theory, bump that peep up or down. I mean, like I would have to try. It's not accidentally going to move. I'd have to forcefully move it. And that's what I want. Like, I'm not trying to make it where it's impossible. One of the guys I did the Louisiana archery podcast, after I made the shoot down in Minden, and I told him about the moving the peep, and Josh Bedgood, who's a super good dude, Josh Bedgood and Josh Cook, the guys that do that podcast who just jam up humans. But anyway, Josh Bedgood was like, you know, you couldn't move my peep. My peep's not going to move. I was like, well, it's not the first time that I've been around this game a long time. It's not the first time that I needed to do something like that. So I try to leave myself just a little bit of slack to be able to do it. I think it's something you have to be mindful of. I think one of Gillingham's, one of the things he says, and it's accurate. It makes a lot of sense. Is control every variable that you can control. And there's definitely something to be said in that. But I know that he has had, of course, he's shot every kind of tournament in the world, and all over the world and whatever. He's had equipment failures and this and another. I don't sweat a lot of the stuff. I've never had any major equipment failure. I've had way more. I've had way more ability. Me being the failure than I've had equipment failure through the years. So much as I can, I guess within reason for myself. And I'll just pull these 3 snug and I'll burn them off and it should be done. And I intentionally am not allowing you to see my workbench here because your air is rolling around. Looks pretty rough. Looks pretty rough. Be careful with the knife around your strings, your cables. Nothing worse than damaging your own strings and cables trying to cut something. Ask me how I know. I've done it. Unfortunately, I've done it more than once. And it sucked just equally each time. So there it is. That's the end result. And solid. She's not going anywhere. So that'll be the last time of the 2026 3D season.